Welcome back, you guys. I just want to talk, this is going to be a kind of a short video, but I want to talk a little bit about the performance stats of this helicopter, the HX50. The Hill HX50. Okay, here's how it goes. So the gross weight of the helicopter is 3,630 pounds. All right, so it's I would say a heavier helicopter for the category of 5-seat turbine. It's about 430 pounds heavier than a Jet Ranger. So that's a good thing when you're in turbulence and unstable air. It's going to be more stable for you, so that's good. The empty weight is 1,870 pounds, and then the payload is 1,760 pounds. And we'll talk about the payload in a second here. The cruise speed of this helicopter is going to be 140 knots. Now, what's interesting about that number, a lot of people are saying, whoa, 140 knots, that's crazy, that's fast, right? I don't know if it'll actually do that. And I know that, you know, there's a reputation out there in general, I think in aviation, where people try to overpromise things. They'll say, yeah, it'll do 140 knots. Yeah, maybe if you're pulling all the power you can going downhill or something. Well, what's interesting about this, this is a conservative number. Jason's wind tunnel tested this aircraft. We know it's going to go faster than that. But what Jason has said to us is, if you guys are going to say anything in my name, if you're going to declare any numbers or anything, I want to make sure that they're conservative numbers. We have to under-promise, and he's going to over-deliver. He's going to positively deliver. So when we're saying it's going to do 140 knots, it'll do that at a cruise power setting at gross weight from 0 to 10,000 feet. That's amazing. It's beautiful, okay? The fuel tank is big enough for 5 hours worth of fuel. Why would you do that? Well, I can think of a reason. I mean, going around the world is a first one, but no. When you, let's say you only have 2, 3, I don't know, even 4 people in there, depending on the size of those people, and you have a flight that you want to go with your family, maybe up to the mountains or something like that. It's an hour and a half, 2-hour flight away. You don't want to necessarily have to think about, oh, where can I grab fuel at that location? So you're going to fly up there. Maybe it's a 2-hour flight. Maybe it's heading from South England to Scotland or something like that, and then turn around and head back home again. You don't want to have to necessarily think about fueling up, especially if you don't know the prices of fuel in different locations and stuff. So it's really nice to be able to have that long-range tank if you want it. And then let's just talk about the payload and how that could break out in a standard configuration. So 1,760 pounds could look something like this. You could put, I'm using pounds, but you can convert this to kilos if you want to. You could put 5 people in there at 200 pounds apiece. You could put in 60 pounds of baggage, 700 pounds of fuel, and that would give you 3 hours worth of fuel, and that'll give you a range of 420 nautical miles, okay? That's amazing. That kind of configuration doesn't exist. And the weight and balance, he's done something very clever with the weight and balance. It's completely automatic. It's, I don't know if I want to describe it right now. Yeah, it's maybe worth it. So he's got a trimmer tank in the front. So it's just a very small one. And so what happens is, based on the weight and balance of the aircraft, the configuration of the aircraft, you could have as light as a 140-pound passenger solo, or pilot solo in there with baggage in the back, and you would still be within your CFG. And then you could put all that weight that I just explained there, 5 people, 200 pounds apiece, all the fuel, baggage, and you'd still be within your center of gravity envelope. So that's amazing as well, okay? And so I think, a configuration like this, you throw in your kids, you throw in your family, you throw in your dog, your gear, everything you want. You head up to somewhere, go camping for the weekend, come back. That's what a helicopter is designed for. That's what it's made for. And that's what Jason is really wanting. That's the vision behind the project, behind the company. And to be able to do it in the luxury and comfort and refinement that you would get from a high-end automobile. And that's the other beauty. There's an old Leonardo da Vinci quote that I think is sort of a center pillar for Jason's company, for Hill Helicopters, and it says, art and science can walk together hand in hand. And the reason he loves that statement is because there's been a huge disconnect between the high-end automobile industry and the helicopter industry. They don't jive. Somebody has this beautiful vehicle, whatever it is, in their garage, and they love it, it's gorgeous, it's comfortable, and then they have a helicopter sitting next to it, and for the most part, they just don't jive, right? The level of quality and build is just nowhere near the same. Jason's going to merge those two sectors. He's going to make this helicopter every bit as beautiful and luxurious and refined and comfortable, which is a big factor, because when you're hopping in the helicopter, flying for 2.5, 3, 4 hours, you want to be comfortable when you get there on the other end. So that's a really nice thing as well. Okay, a little bit more information for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We're going to talk to you on the next one. See ya.